Clappy thing.
Oh, hold on. Assistant producer Denise wants to come in and clappy thing. Okay, I was pretty close. Only one of these was the New England, so the other 5 might actually be New England.
1, 2, 3. Okay, we're doing
Okay.
a restart.
So 1,
restart.
2, 3. What you said?
Yeah, 1 is here, 2 here,
Gotcha.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Gotcha.
You ready? Clappy thing.
Hey everyone, welcome to Beersplaining this week.
Welcome back.
I'm Hoppy Hippo,
Beer Snob Esquire.
and we are your hosts for today's Beersplaining. And actually every Beersplaining,
Pretty much everyone.
as it turns out.
Sometimes we have guests, but which I do think
Not in a while,
we've got
but
some plans coming up for some
We hope for
guests.
some. We hope for some.
This smells great, by the way.
Yeah, so
Side note.
today's a special tasting. I mean, every tasting is a special tasting. Who doesn't love beer? So today's tasting is a mystery IPA pack that I picked up yesterday while in San Francisco getting my new tattoo. Check out the new tattoo. Yeah, looks
Nice.
great.
Nice.
Check it in like a week when you can see it. Or check
The
check
plastic
my Insta.
film looks great, personally. It's my favorite
or
part.
check my Insta. So City Beer Store in San Francisco is located downtown. It's about 2 blocks off Market. Mm-hmm. And they got a huge beer selection.
Yes.
Like, it's big. It's got good stuff from
It's
all
almost
the
like a beer
locations.
locker.
It's great.
Yeah.
That's where I picked up Heady Topper. We got Heady
Yes.
Topper there. Everyone knows Heady Topper. We got some LIC Beer Project from there. It's big. Their draft
also-
list is great.
Yeah, they get a good, I was going to say, it's also a sit-down restaurant. Get some food, get some good draft beers, too. Yeah.
It's a nice spot.
like
If you're
City.
ever in the area, I would roll by it. I think it's good. They're open for patio dining during the weekends right now. It's
got a nice little outdoor area,
Pick up
yeah.
otherwise. They ain't cheap, but I mean, they're in San Francisco. Is anything cheap?
No,
Yeah.
like
so.
tattoos, not cheap.
You know, I have a thing with cheap tattoos. I just, yeah.
You get what you pay for in some things. I think that's a fair thing to say. And in tattoos, is probably very true.
Yeah, you don't spend 2 years on a wait list for like a cheap tattoo.
No.
You just don't. So,
No.
all right, so we
Can
bought.
you share it? I can't share the link.
We bought the 12-pack mystery pack. So the 12-pack mystery pack, I said, give me 6 New England, hazy, murky, foggy, what the fuck you want to call them, and 6 West Coast, effectively, clear ones. Unfortunately, of my 12 beers, only about 3 actually said that they were Northeast/murky/hazy.
Hazy. Yeah.
And the other ones just said, they mostly just said India Pale Ale. So I kind of guessed. Looks like I got 5 out of 6 right.
I think you did pretty good. But I
got-
still don't know what any of them are.
We got 1 hazy here. You don't know any of the breweries at all. I can tell you right now, there are some fantastic breweries in this group.
I'm looking forward to this,
This is good stuff.
frankly.
That was a good selection.
Should be
Yeah,
fun. And again, all I can smell is yum.
Yeah, it's
The
going to be
aromas
really
coming
nice.
off this is just amazing. Smell-o-vision.
So this is how we do our tasting. Let's talk about how we taste first, and then
Yep,
you'll explain what we're going to
absolutely.
taste here. So the way we do our tasting is we will smell them all. Well, actually, first we'll judge them all on appearance. We're actually going to judge probably the New England
gonna-
kind of on its
I
own.
agree
The other
with you.
5 will sort of judge against
I
each
agree with
other.
you. Yep.
Then we'll try to smell them. Shane is better at that than I am. And
do
then
have a nose.
we'll go through and we'll taste them.
COVID.
And we will taste them. Our scoring is out of 100 total. It's like 10 appearance, 10 smell, 30 taste, 20 aftertaste, 30 drinkability. So that's how we do it.
That's how we do it.
And then we tell you about them at the end. And
We
then
talk about them.
usually we'll rant about some stuff in between.
Nothing to rant
usually
about
current
this week.
events.
No, nothing going on.
I don't think so. I think Joe Biden won Georgia for the 3rd time.
I think
that
so,
was
too.
pretty good.
And Pennsylvania.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
So that's not bad.
It's nice.
But I want to rant about the American political system in general, but I don't know if it's worth it.
Probably not. But,
It just annoys me.
we'll
so
see how we're
much.
feeling after a few beers.
All right, so Shane, tell us about the IPAs and what we're expecting.
IPAs,
today.
which we've covered plenty of times, but just a quick refresher, IPAs should have a big aroma to them. Depending on the type of hops that you're using, you should get either earthy or piney or citrusy or tropical. Your hazies tend to be more on the tropical side. Your West Coast tends to be more of the earthy, piney side. Again, you should smell this beer well before you taste it, and then the taste should be light on the malt, bigger on the bitterness, and again, the bitterness can come from either they always come from the hops, but it can either be more of a juicy bitterness or a again earthy bitterness. Not my favorite, the earthy ones, but that's basically your IPA. It's anywhere between 5.5% and 7% or so usually in the alcohol. And
No.
What's the difference in taste between a New England and a West Coast?
That's the difference between the two. West Coast tend to be the piney, earthy hops and flavors, and the New England IPAs tend to be your juice bombs, your tropicals, your passion fruit, pineapple notes. I'm not really big, like I say, on the piney, earthy ones, but I do like, your Citra and Simcoe hops, which are a little more West Coast and fruity, but not super, super fruity. So that's basically the difference between the two.
And they usually look different, but the looking different is actually by design. I think it doesn't have to look different. You can make it with the same flavors and have it be clear. You just don't, because then when you're drinking it, you know what to expect. I think.
The look really gives it almost no flavor, because you're almost always just adding something like oatmeal to give it the cloud. And that's not imparting any flavor pretty much at all, or even residual sugars. It's just the cloudiness. So you could make a West Coast IPA color taste like a New England IPA, but like you said, it's more of a function of, well, you want people to know
they say
this is a New England IPA, and you do. That's true.
Yeah.
So
that's the deal today.
That's the deal.
If you have any questions on Yana Live, just pop in, ask us any questions. We're happy to answer any questions you have at all.
Or just say hi.
Yeah, or just say hi. We'll talk about our future plans at the end. One of the big ones that I'm just going to talk about now anyway is that we're going to be doing a live tasting at Heretic hopefully next month.
Yes.
That
2 weeks, I think, isn't it?
I thought it was the 19th, whatever. That may or may not. It might be less than that. I don't know. That may or may not happen. Who really knows? Because the plan is to do it inside, which who knows if there will be an inside in 2 weeks.
But I think because we're not technically, because of the setup, that it's more of a discussion and not a meal. They might still be able to have us there.
Yeah,
maybe more like a tour type of thing.
Hopefully.
So it's possible. But we're gonna come up with that. We do have some other stuff coming up, which we'll talk about later as well.
Still have to do a barrel age tasting.
That's
They're
correct.
Just continuing to age in our barrels.
Just keep aging away. I talked to Randy, and he's going to give me some dates.
Okay, good. We have the Belching Beaver tasting to do too, because we bought their anniversary pack. That's got some interesting brackets.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to talk about this at the end. We're just going to talk about it all right now.
And then we've also got the Anchor Christmas vertical. We have at least 5 different years.
Do we have 5? We're going to need help because we're all in magnums.
Well, and and they're all in magnums. So I've already talked to a couple of different people. We're going to have to find some dates for that one as well. But that's
Jeff,
the
Brett,
plan.
TJ, maybe.
Jeff, Brett, TJ, Aaron.
Yeah, some people.
Maybe Randy, if he can do it too, he might not be able to do.
We probably want about
back-to-backs.
4 people for that.
I guess at least, yeah.
Plus, Callie Beer Girl's going to make her on-camera non-debut. Well, she's been on camera a few times.
She
right?
has. That's true. She has. Yeah. So,
all right. So cool. Let's start on some beer. So
I agree. So let's
number
start.
1 is in the back, and number 2 is next to that goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. FYI, I like it the other way.
I know we do, but we're not
Top to bottom.
Yeah. Start with 1.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, not 1, 2,
But we
3.
won't complain.
Confuse it.
What? We were even whispering. Anyway,
Well, I love you.
to get back to it.
All right, let's start. We're going to taste. We're going to talk about appearance first here. So,
And I agree with you.
this is great. It looks
We
fun.
should be judging this not as an IPA, but as a New England IPA. And I would say this is it.
it's exactly what you want.
It's exactly what you want. It's got a great color, an orange yellowy hue.
The head's
It
good.
is- The cloudiness is great. I'm going to give that a straight up 9.
Yeah,
This is pretty much what I want to go with.
It's hard to give it a 10 just because you don't have anything to compare it against.
Right.
I think, All right. So if we look at these other 5 here, one of them is clearly different than the others.
Yes, and I'm worried, or not worried, but I'm wondering if this might not be a double, because the doubles tend to be darker. So I'm going to just write that down for myself. Is this possibly a double or higher in alcohol?
Double.
Number 2, or triple, I guess. I don't know, but that is usually
Quadruple?
Quadruple. You can usually tell. It's not always, but they tend to make the darker
tend to be darker.
IPAs. The stronger ones, I should reverse that. Stronger ones tend to be darker, but that's also because they're adding so much more malt to it. So you'll add a little bit more of the colored malts. I think not only to give it the alcohol, but the color.
It's a beautiful
so
beer.
I agree with you. I actually think, realistically
Really clear.
speaking,
It's crystal. It's really nice.
I can't fault any of these IPAs. I think the colors, like I said, this one is great unless it's not a double. Even if it's a single, I think it looks great. I think the colors on all of these look great.
I'm not sure I'd knock anything off here. I feel like it might just be 9s across the board.
I'm giving 9s
These all
across
look
the
like
board
fine,
because
fine, clear
I can
beers.
barely even
I
tell
don't
it.
see any sediments.
Right? Like between 3 and 5, I don't see a difference in the color. So I'm giving them 9s across the board.
All right.
That's a first.
Well, appearance is not going to be the breaker today, apparently.
We might need the coffee beans for the smell, because all I can smell is everything going on.
Plus, we got smoked roast beef in the background.
There's that too.
It's not roast beef.
Smoked prime tri-tip. Smoked tri-tip. Yeah.
What's the difference?
There is a difference.
It's the cut actually.
Oh, okay.
It's hella good, whatever it is.
It smells good.
Okay, it smells good,
Yeah.
but it's not as tropically as I would like. I think it's more of a. This has got more like of a passion fruity.
Yeah, I think that's fair. It's like an 8. It's like an 8, I think. It's good.
I'm gonna give it an 8. Yeah,
good. I think it's
it does smell good. It's just I'm more of the.
You want more? You want
I want
pineapple?
Pineapple, yes, or grapefruit. Those are my go-to flavors. I'm not getting a whole lot out of this one.
I'm trying. I'm hoping I'm going to
Getting
snort it.
some
I'm gonna snort
alcohol
it in a
for
second.
sure. I know, right? My nose is almost all the way in it. I'm not getting.
I think it's like a 7. I was hoping for something a little stronger.
I'm getting the
There's a
alcohol
small,
smell, but not the
no,
hop
I'm
smell.
going 7 there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 6 actually. I'm not. It's disappointing would be the way I would phrase it. Disappointing. Okay, this one's more of the. You can smell the piney hops. That's what it smells like there, which smells good.
I smelled more on this one than the last one, but still don't smell a ton.
I'm gonna give it a.
I'm going to go to an
7.
8 on it, honestly. We'll throw up 1 point. That's fine. Let's see here. This one's got a nice gold color.
I really like all these colors.
I think this one's more fragrant again. I think
A
we're up
little
again.
bit, but yeah. I'm gonna give it another 7.
I'm going to go with an 8 again, though.
Go there.
All right. Let's
Two
see
more,
here.
two more.
6 is so many beers. Remember that time we did like 10?
I do remember that time we did like 10.
God, we were drunk. We might not have been drunk. I don't know.
I also remember the time you did 10.
Apparently we were drunk. It's because at the end we were just like, oh, we forgot one. Add it in.
And then we did it again. I'm getting
I'm
very
back
little
down to
from
7
this
on
too.
this one. I really can't describe smells very well. Everyone
I,
knows
it's,
this.
I'm not
Sort of
getting
my
a
shtick.
whole
I
lot
don't
of
have a great
aromas
nose.
out of any of these, frankly. Ooh, that one
This
actually
was the
did
most
get my
smelly
nose
one,
in.
I think.
That one actually did get my nose in, so. Yes, I agree with you. I'm going to give that an 8.
Yeah, it's not great either. Not like above. I'm going 8 as well.
Alrighty.
All right.
So, moment of truth.
awesome. Now we do the part we love the best.
That's really the purpose of this to
We
be.
do some tasting.
So, do we want to save the hazy for last? Or just go straight through 1 to 6?
I'm not sure it's going to make a difference because we have waters. I'm just
We do
gonna
have some
make a
waters.
difference. You might want to move your water. It's blocking your beer view.
Oh, that's a fair point. That's what my one of my executive producers is supposed to be on, but somebody's over there sleeping at the wheel.
She's watching for comments.
coffee.
She's watching for comments.
She is watching for comments. That's
Let's
true.
try this haze. Let's try
I haven't
this
seen
haze.
any comments. Have there
Thanks
been any
for
comments?
defending me.
Well, it's good. It's a little alcohol. There's a little alcohol burn in it.
But I want more.
I want a little more juice. It's not my
That's what I'm
favorite.
saying. Yeah. I want. It's got a good front end and not enough on the back end. It's got a delayed hop bitterness to it, but so it's not.
I like the back end. I like
bad.
the aftertaste.
I do, but I just want more. It's subtle.
I could drink a pint of this for sure, though.
Drinkability. I think
Yeah.
this is going to rate very high
definitely
because
drink a pint
it
of
is. The hops are not offensive. The hops are well balanced. I like it. I would prefer to have more. That's all.
I think it's good. I'm going to go 23 on taste. I think it's just below like an 8-ish.
I'm actually gonna go 25 on taste. I like the taste, but I'm gonna ding it a little bit on the aftertaste because I just want more.
I actually like the aftertaste better. I'm going to go 17.
15 on
I think
aftertaste.
drinkability is actually a little higher. Like I think overall, the
I agree.
thing's
I'm gonna give it a
drinkable taste.
26 on drinkability.
I'm going to go 24. That gives me 17, 40,
40,
57.
83.
Which
is a good beer.
181. 81 for me.
83 is a good beer. Anything
83 is a
above
great
80
score for you.
is a very good beer. That's the way I typically score them. Yes.
Yeah, that is super, super crushable.
That's exactly correct.
Yeah,
that is very crushable
That is
beer.
good beer. That is good beer.
And again, I'll be curious to see who some of these are made by because this is giving me a bit of a beer bottle flavor, which I like. So, we'll see.
I'm pretty sure you know every one of these breweries. There's no super small batchy stuff in here, I think. But they're all quality microbreweries.
I thought that was good.
Let's move on to this bad boy.
Now, if this is a quad, we're in trouble.
I don't think it's a quad.
That's Amber's jam, not so much mine. Cali Beer Girl down with her quads.
It's alcohol-y again.
Yeah.
It's almost overly alcohol-y for me.
I'm not a fan. It is.
Are you on number 2?
Am I getting a phone call? Ignore it. Wait, who's it from?
Does it say work?
Oh, ignore it. It's just my mom. She can call my... No, just leave it alone. It's fine. Whatever. Sorry about that. She knows I'm on at 1, for God's sakes. Mom, bad mom.
Oh, that's good.
I'm not sure where we are, but
I'm not a huge fan.
it is.
I think it's fine. I think it's definitely worse than the first one. Like objectively.
And more importantly, I'm going back for another one of those.
No, I'm not sure. Like
I'm not going back for another one of these.
Yeah. This is. It's really strong. It's really, really strong.
And really, there's not.
Try this.
There's nothing.
I already did.
There's nothing pleasant in it to combat the alcohol at all. It's just. I don't know.
I'm going 20 on taste.
It's an assault on the palate. That's what I would say. It's just smacking you with hops and alcohol that don't play between each other. They're just jumping on top of each other. It's like kids fighting, to get to the top of the water slide. It's not
I killed
fun
this
at
beer
all.
bad. 37, 41, 51.
I'm going to give it like a
59,
21
69.
on taste.
Oh, I killed this.
give it
I'm
like
sorry. I'm sorry. Whichever
12
brewery
on
this is. I killed
aftertaste
it.
and a 20 on drinkability. I killed it too.
I can tell you.
30, 50.
Yeah.
And that's not surprising at all. This is an amber strock beer.
Yeah,
I would
that's
agree with you
not
there.
surprising. That's
30,
not
50,
surprising.
62, 71, 70,
True.
77.
This is an amber beer.
This is an amber beer.
9, 15, 36. No.
30, 50, 62.
What is that?
Oh, I added the
Is that a
9 in
6?
again. I added the 9 in
Oh, that's
twice.
an 8.
That's what I did.
That's an 8.
So 36, 56, 60,
No, that's an 8,
68.
right?
No, that's a 6. So 68. I added the 9 in twice. That's what I did.
Oh, okay.
I was like, that doesn't sound right. Yeah.
Amber, you can
Andrew!
just pour the rest of that one into your own thing. Andrew, what's up? Congratulations on the MK release.
Is it out?
Yeah, I think he came out like last week. He's like
Nice.
one of the main producers on MK.
Nice.
Yeah. He's my boy from back in the day. You remember SOCOM?
I do remember
That's him,
SoCom. I
motherfuckers.
know.
Mr. SOCOM. Also, he sent his beer from Chicago, which was dope.
Which is right. We need to do another one of those. We should do a wintertime one.
Unless it was a different Andrew who was watching.
No.
It's probably
And
my
he,
boy
and,
Stomp.
he likes your he likes the ink.
Oh, thank
I
you.
agree
Yeah,
with
he
you,
saw.
Andrew.
Yeah, thank you. I'm really happy with it. I was a little worried yesterday, honestly. So I went in yesterday. Side story while we get this alcohol off of our palates, apparently. So I went in yesterday to get my tattoo, and I knew it was going to be a beer-related tattoo. I knew it was going to be the humulone molecule with, like a grain of hop and some water around it. I knew that, but that's all I knew.
Right.
That's all I knew. And I told her I wanted it right here on my forearm, which kind of matches with the
Right.
unicorn. But as I was going about a few days before, I was like, I don't know if I want it there, right? 'Cause it's sort of weird, but this is sort of a ridiculous way. I thought to myself, what if I stopped drinking beer? For whatever reason, right?
Right.
Right, and then I've got a beer tattoo just like right on my forearm.
you're
I have
looking
to
at all the
fucking
time.
look at all the time.
Right. Anytime
Right.
you're eating,
I
anytime
have to
you're
explain
drinking,
it to like
just sit
everybody.
there.
They're like, "What's that?" It's a beer tattoo. Right, and I have to explain it all the time.
beer
They're like, "But
tattoo,
you don't
Corey,
drink
you
beer."
drink wine or you drink bourbon. You don't drink beer. And you're like, I know.
Right. So it's ridiculous logic. It's totally ridiculous, right? Because whatever, who cares? It's a fucking tattoo. It's not like they last for life or anything. Who gives
They don't
a
last
shit?
forever.
So so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna move it. I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna put it over here, right? Because I put it over here on the shoulder, then or on the bicep or whatever. Then if I do stop drinking beer, like I don't have to explain to everyone why I have a beer tattoo because I'm just wearing a regular shirt. You don't even see it anyway, right?
Corey does have regular shirts. I just want to be clear about that. He actually has shirts with sleeves.
I do. So
I
that's,
have non-beer work shirts. It's true.
it's our thing.
But,
So yeah, so I go in there to have her. So I go in there. So I was like, oh my god, I'm sorry, Deanna. Look, I want to move it. I don't want it there anymore. I want it over here. She's like, okay, because I designed it for your forearm.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I know. I'm so sorry. I should have told you. I was like, I just decided this morning. She's like, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's just gonna take me a few minutes. I got to rework the whole thing.
got to rework the whole thing.
She's like, so it's gonna take me like a half an hour. She's like, so just grab a seat. We'll work on it. It took her half an hour. Yeah, she went back to her work table and she worked it. Like she all had the parts already. It's all in like a Photoshop or whatever on her iPad. So it's just a matter of, cutting and pasting the layers and moving them and arranging them in different areas. But she had to change it from here spot to this spot. And she actually, at the end, she said she liked it better here because it flows better with the muscle, and like it looks more like the hop or like the molecules being enclosed by the hop and the grain, and the water. The water's down at the bottom, little blue swirls.
Right.
That's water. So she actually liked it better, and I like it better here too. But that was actually my original reading. I was like, what if I stop drinking beer? Like, and then I have to explain this. I know it's stupid.
Logic is logic.
I know.
What are you going to do?
I know.
What are you going to do?
Plus, it felt weird to have a symmetrical tattoo.
And winesplaining, I don't know if that's a great name of a show.
No, it's terrible. It's not terrible.
Oh, it's great if we just get a really solid political rant to start it every time.
It's a fair point. So, but now that you know what that means, then Corey, obviously it means something.
What, that I don't like symmetrical tattoos?
No, that now you need another one.
Oh, no, I don't. No, it's not symmetrical. The thing is, I'm not so. I have right calf, right forearm, right shoulder, and then I have like left tricep. Right, but I don't have any like no. I don't have. There's no symmetry. I like literally nothing symmetrical. So like the next tattoo, almost assuredly has to be some stupid shit like my shin or my thigh on the
Tramp
left side
stamp.
of my body. Yeah.
I vote for a tramp stamp.
Yeah, or a tramp stamp. Yeah, me like having sex with an orange.
Yeah.
I totally went to my artist after she was all done. I was like, hey, do you have like some markers? Can you just draw like a little stick figure having sex with an orange on me real quick? I pretend like I got that tattooed. And she was like, what? And I was like, it was a joke I made on Facebook. I was just kidding. It's fine.
She wouldn't do it?
I didn't really push it.
Oh, okay.
I didn't really push it. It would have been funny though.
I agree with you. It would have been funny. Look at my new ink. I paid blah for this. And somebody would be like, you paid what for that?
I really like fruit.
I like fruit.
all right. So, sorry, that's my inventory. It's time
I
to
don't
drink
have
the
any
water, everybody.
tattoos, so I don't have any fun tattoo stories. I've contemplated it, but I don't know.
You're gonna get a law tattoo eventually.
At my age, it just doesn't make any sense, I don't think.
No, you'll get a tattoo. It'll be like a law thing, like a Judge Gavel smashing a beer glass, beer exploding.
That's actually a great idea for a tattoo.
That's actually a very good idea for
Although
a
I feel
tattoo.
really bad for the beer. Like, why would you be smashing the glass instead of drinking the beer?
Or you could do it like this. You could do a nice pint glass, and then a beer next to it. And you can use your gavel smashing the can, so it's crushing the can. The can's sort of crushed. I think it'll look cooler, like if you actually smashed like the beer glass.
See, now Corey's talking me into getting a tattoo.
I'm just saying it could be cool. Like you can mix the two. It could be cool. That's all I'm
There's
saying.
only one problem with him getting a tattoo.
Needles.
He's afraid of needles.
Needles.
Oh, you know, it doesn't hurt.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't.
I say that to wife all the time about a whole lot of things, and it's just not true. It's just not true. It hurts. Although I wouldn't know, technically. I've never had one.
Oh, it's good.
All right, moving on.
It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. I read my book during yesterday's for a portion.
Andrew's game for a winter brew exchange.
Yes, he's going to start sourcing now.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll source. What are you looking for? You like you just want stouts or like all the winter warmers, that sort of stuff? Because I've got some winter warmers.
Well,
around.
and you should let us know, too, because a lot of the stuff we have access to, he probably has access to, but it could be something
true.
like Jubal Ales or, which is Deschutes.
That's Deschutes.
Some of the West Coast breweries, I don't know if they get those out there or not.
the stone
so-
stuff maybe, but he probably has access to like
Right,
Social
exactly.
Cookers,
Some of the bigger ones he probably has access to. So
Anchory's probably got access to.
Right.
And we'll look around. We'll look around so we can find as far as the winter warmer,
seasonal.
seasonal sort of
Basically, yeah.
stuff. Yeah, we'll look around for
Because
it.
you got, you're going to get your Jubal Ale, your bad little Santa's Little Helper, Bad Little Santa, all sorts of winter beers getting ready to come out right now.
What we need to look for is our local spots and see what they put on tap. That's
I agree.
the one
I agree. Well, I just picked up yesterday.
Yeah, the coffee
Looking
Imperial.
forward to that one. A Coffee Imperial Stout from Morgan Territory. They make really good brown and dark beers, so I'm very much looking forward to that. Somebody else just announced they were doing one too. I think it was Epidemic, but I'll have to go check it out.
I like this beer
Yeah,
better
it's
than the
Epidemic.
last beer.
I agree with you. This might even be better than the first beer.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
It's close for me.
It's good though. It's really good.
Again-
it's really close.
I'm going back for a pint of this.
Yeah, totally.
Right? You have a pint of this. You're not sure about anything else is on tap. I like this enough that I'm going to go get another one.
It's good. I think this is. I think it's the reverse of the last one. I think the front tastes better than the aftertaste in this one. While I kind of like the aftertaste a little better than the front, at least on the last one. So it's kind of weird.
Well, that makes sense. I get you. I see what you're saying.
Like the initial taste in this is almost exactly what I want if I get like a clear IPA.
I agree with you.
Very,
and then it
very
just kind of sits in the back of your throat, and you're like, yeah, that's not really what I
Right,
wanted.
and then the end is a little more iffy there. I'm going 25, 16, 25.
I'm going 25,
26.
16, 25 as well.
25 actually. I'm going to go with the same because the aftertaste is good.
So it's going to be slightly below on those numbers, number one. Let's see, 50, 66, 73, 82. 1 point below
I think I
number
got
one.
80, 9, 17, 42, 48, 58, 83. I got 83.
All right, yeah, Andrew's going to go with smaller places, so we'll do the same.
All right, we will do our best, Andrew. We'll hook it up.
I really like that.
It's good. This is good beer.
I do. I like that one. I do.
That's good beer.
I would definitely drink that one.
That's
and I would
good beer
definitely
today.
Drink number one.
Oh, I will tell you that we paid a lot of money for these beers. I don't know what you
yeah.
guys are paying for pints or for cans in your area. Here in the Bay Area,
5?
5.
Wow.
Motherfucker, where are you getting $5 pints at?
No. Pint or can? Because if you get,
can.
if you get,
Where
if
you
you're,
getting $5
if you're
cans
picking up
at?
a
It
4
depends
pack,
on where you're buying, because if you buy it at the brewery, it's cheaper.
Well, and
Buying at a secondary
I wasn't
source.
thinking about city. You're right. So
Most,
you're looking at
most breweries are 22 for a 4-pack right now.
18 to 22, depending on, yeah. Yeah.
18 to 30, but
These are all IPAs, which means they're on the higher end typically.
And if you bought them at city, yeah, you're probably paying a bit of a markup there. So,
We paid about $6.50 a beer.
Which is pretty normal.
I mean, look.
It's not unreasonable.
By the way, yeah, you need to make sure I get a,
Yeah, I'll put it on
Chip
there.
in my share.
I'll put it on there. Yeah, that's why we're gonna do the other half of the mystery pack next week.
Oh yeah, that works good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, because then we just have 6 and 6, nice and easy, and makes all sense. So, but yeah, no, it's good. City Beer's they've got a really, really nice beer selection.
Well,
the
they
mystery
just
pack
do.
was fun. They go pick out your own stuff. I didn't specify. It was really actually pretty cool. Oh yeah, the inside is great too.
I love the inside of city.
Yeah.
I really do.
Well, if we're lucky, we'll be open in February when Beer Week comes. We'll go to City Beer Store. We'll try to get some Pliny there or something to do one of their events.
Oh, yeah.
If we're lucky, because that's definitely a goal.
Yes, hopefully, and that's we're hoping to be able
pretty-
to do something fun and streaming from
pretty damn
the
unlikely, but,
SF Beer Show for the Beer Week. That should be
We can
fun.
totally do a quick streaming in the back over there, where like
I
the
totally
little bar
agree.
was. Like, then we can totally do a quick stream back there. That'd be fun.
Or hang out with a brewer. We can pop in and talk to a couple because we're going to know at least a couple of different brewers that are going to be there for sure.
Oh,
that
this
should be
one's
fun.
good. This smells better now, I think, than it smelled before too.
I hit it with a 7, so it smelled.
But I feel
Oh
like
no,
it's more
this is number
fragrant.
4. I hit it with 7.
I think it's more fragrant though.
I'm not quite getting that.
Ooh. Yeah, this is my
Yeah.
fave.
Andrew's realizing there's a difference between Bay Area beer prices and Chicago beer prices. He's like, you pay more than $15 for a 4-pack? I can't remember the last time I paid $15 for
It was usually
a
like
microbrew 4-pack.
It was usually a random, basically shelfie that you can get it for that price.
Correct. Or
It's brutal. It's
did
brutal,
anything
Andrew.
from Oakland United, like maybe they're
They're small, they're
might have
lager.
been. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, no. 20. Basically, it's about $20. It's usually about $5 a can.
But it depends on what you're buying too. The IPAs
Correct.
are more expensive.
The hazy IPAs are more
Pilsners.
expensive. The doubles are more expensive.
Yes.
Like all the shit we buy $6 a can.
sours are even more expensive.
Okay, I like that.
I like it
I don't know who picked this shit.
the most. Yeah, they did a great
They
job,
did a
right?
great job. Solid.
Shout out to City Beer Store.
Shout out to City Beer Store.
This
You
is
just tell them you want a mystery pack and they just grab or like what style you want or something?
Yeah, it's literally an
They
option.
grab their more popular IPAs and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fun.
So I'm going 26. This is definitely my favorite taste so far.
I don't think I can't disagree with you. I think I might even go to 27. This is really, really
The
good.
aftertaste is really good too. I'm going 18 the aftertaste. This is a great beer.
I'm
Everyone's
liking
like,
this
what
one a
beer is
lot.
this? I'm going 28 on drinkability. I would crush the shit. This would be the beer I get the second of so far for sure. Like I would crush this. I would crush this.
100%. I gave it a 27 on taste and 28 on drinkability. I would be killing a 4-pack.
Yeah, this is great. This is great beer.
I
9,
agree with you.
17, 23, 43, 51, 61, 69, 89.
55,
That's a good score. If you hit, this is number 4.
72, 89.
Ooh, look, we're scoring pretty close today,
We are.
Shane.
Yeah. I think we tend to do that on IPAs. It's when we get into the other beers that we tend to have a little bit more variance.
This is good stuff, man. This is good. This is really good.
I agree with you. I'm just and the
Amber's
fun
over
part
there saying
is,
it's so funny. So it's
so
probably
funny.
some whack ass brewery, and it's probably like a quad.
I wonder if it's something we killed in the past.
It's like a
too.
quad with cinnamon.
That's what I should really spend some time, before the WoW release comes out and I lose
Tomorrow.
my life.
Is there a WoW release tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh, that's exciting.
3 p.m. It should be fun. Yeah. I
exciting.
realize, yes, I'm a nerd. I played World
cool.
of Warcraft for 16 years.
I've been playing Valhalla again this week.
I took about a year off. Yeah. I haven't gotten Valhalla yet because I want the PS5 and apparently they're impossible to get. So
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I'm playing Valhalla on the PS4. It's fun. I'm mixing between that and the new Brandon Sanderson book, which is fucking, I don't know, man. I've read like a lot of it. I'm only like 35% through. It must
What does
be,
he
the
write?
book, it's fantasy. The motherfucker must be like that thick, like in paper. Because I'm
you're on
done
the
with the book in about
iPad?
6 days or so on my little reader. I'm like 30% done. I'm pretty sure I've done 6 reading sessions.
Wow.
It's really big. Really big. It's good though. Brandon Sanderson writes a good book. This is Rhythm of War, I think. But it's good though. All right.
I'm reading the new Stephen King book that I think is the new Stephen King book. The
I'm gonna borrow
Institute.
that.
Yes, I'll definitely lend it to you. It's definitely interesting. It's got kind of a Shining vibe to it. I'm not exactly sure where it's going yet, but I do like it. But I've been a Stephen King fan for a long time. So, and I am back into reading things to Amber and Denise buying me and letting me borrow books.
Reading is fun. Demental.
I was just going to do that. Damn you! You stole my gag. Oh, well.
I love reading. Callie doesn't understand. Callie Callie,
No,
my
she
daughter.
does when it's a book that.
No,
she's
even when she
really
likes it, it's
interested
hilarious. So like,
If it's a graphic novel,
no, I'll ask her. I was like, "How's your book?" She's like, "It's really, really good." And I'll be like, "Cool. Did you read today?" "No." "You literally just said the book was really, really good. Why are you just like reading?" I was like, "When I get a book that's really, really good, I want to kill the thing." I was like, "I will stop playing whatever video game I am playing for a week,
She's 12.
and I will straight kill this book." She's just like, "Nah,
I
I'd
did
rather
that
just play
when I
more
was 12.
Minecraft."
Books down for months at a time and not have it bother me.
when I was 12,
I wouldn't remember Amber if she left me for a month.
You'd be like, wait, someone used to cook for me?
like, yeah, what happened to all the good food around here? Why am I eating boxed mac and cheese every
Oh
other
God, I
day?
wouldn't touch that stuff.
Yeah, I love that stuff. Sorry, that's what I
Dude, he
did.
eats it every day for lunch.
You guys are tripping. I'd be swiping left in like 4 days.
Oh yeah, Andrew, I agree with you. It can be freeing, but it's also nice just to be able to like sit down and not have to worry about stuff. Like, you know, I don't get super crazy into the rating, and I used to like totally min-max and double check everything and figure out like how I could get into the top 5% damage.
Min-maxing is
and, like,
too much work.
and that's what. And I was just like, nah.
I just want to have fun.
I'm right. I just want to chill out and have fun. But if it's a job and I'm like, I got to put 6 hours into it before I go to a raid, I'm like, not so much anymore. But I was all about that stuff. I'm like, okay, great. I need to change my profession because I have to have this, do that. And it's like, but it's also, the stories have been fun. I thought the last few stories have been great. But it's reminding me that I could take that time away from that and play something like Valhalla or Miles.
The problem is like as
The
the
Spider-Man,
Miles Morales, yeah. The
that
problem is that
looked
as an
really
adult,
good.
like you just have to choose a thing. You can like you just don't have that much free time. Like Callie is like, look, to be honest, Callie is like fucking 10 hours of free time a day.
Pretty much.
Right? When I was say 22, right? Like let's say I was working at PlayStation, like with Andrew, man. Like, you know, you'd work and then you still have free time. You're like sort of an adult, but like not an adult yet.
But really, I'm just going to say this, and this is going to sound really dickish of me, but you're working at PlayStation. You're talking about video games. So you're going home to play video games to be able to talk about video games.
The
So
difference,
it's like
the difference is that we were
bonus.
in tests. So a portion of the time when we were in QA testing, you would play a video game you didn't really want to play. Like,
That sounds terrible.
right? And you would play for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. You know, which is fine. Most of the video games we put out were fine. You say
From home?
okay, so you say that now. You say that now. But the problem is what you don't understand is you have these things called test plans. And the test plans are things like run into every wall 7 times.
I would love this game.
no, you don't even understand. Denise's entire assistant producer Denise's entire thing is what can I fall off of, run into, die because of. She would have been a
You would have been great
perfect
at
game
QA.
tester.
Stein and I were actually really good QA analysts. Like some people come in and they're just not particularly great. They're not. Some people are fine. They do fine job QAing. Like some people are very good at games. And they just intrinsically understand certain parts of
Right.
games. Like Stein and me and a lot of the other guys that ended up being like permanent employees, like leads. They intrinsically we understood like the way the games worked better. Like I didn't do a ton of testing when Stein was testing. I'd moved on to like whatever it was that they paid me to do. But you know, same gist though. Like you get to this point where like you just understand certain things like games. You're just better at some games than some people.
Well,
are.
and like you said,
It's
at some
fun,
point
though.
you're like, no, this is. You can tell this is where the secret is because I've played enough games that this
exactly.
is the tip.
This
whereas
is where I
everybody
should
else
look.
is like,
Right.
right.
I'm not dogging video game testing. Honestly, video game testing is a blast. Make no mistake. Andrew will agree.
Apparently, Andrew says his worst game testing was Who Wants to Be a Millionaire 3rd edition.
That sounds terrible.
That would be so much fun.
For like an
For
hour.
2 months?
Except
For
that
2 months? You
except
play
that
2 months to play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Denise doesn't like trivia at all,
She doesn't understand 2 months of the same game.
and that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
If the game is good and open and wide, like it's fun.
Like
So different
play
from
testing something like Skyrim, where you literally you have
Oh, I
to
can't fathom.
go everywhere, right?
Or even
you
like
need
a-
to run into every wall. You need to jump off of every tree. You need to find
And you
all
s-
the
and
tiny
you
ass little
sti-
places you could get stuck.
And you still miss a ton of shit, because if you ever go watch speedrunners these days, go watch a Spyro speedrun, Andrew. If you've never watched a Spyro speedrun, we missed a lot of shit in that game.
You tested
A
Spyro?
new feature on our phone.
It's a new phone. There should be new features.
Do you want to know about it?
I mean, hey,
Sure.
This is probably great. This is probably great for the show. Hey, Callie
And
and I
it
just
was
got, Callie
5
Beard
months.
just got us, and just got new Pixel 4a 5G. So why don't you tell us about the new feature, Amber?
Does
When you
Denise want a
take the
new Pixel 4a
picture-
5G? No.
Are you sure? Because I have 2 of them right there in boxes.
You would have to buy it.
Go on with your story.
We'd have to buy it. But
So you would take the picture, and you know how you can do the preview of the picture?
Sure.
There's a button that lets you auto-load to your different.
oh, I see it there. So you get your little,
So
you
I
get
can
your
pick
little
my Instagram.
Instagram
And
and
it'll auto-load.
Snapchat.
So
and
just so I'm sure, you interrupted the entire
Yes.
show to tell us that the new
It goes to
phone,
my story.
hold on, that the new phone has a
Awesome.
share button.
It's a different share button though because I'm not actually in my photos. It's just the preview for my photo, and see, it's already gone.
Oh, it's a preview share button. You know what?
Yes.
There you go, guys.
Shut up.
hey, we're having fun here, right? You know,
Fuck. Denise, just trust me. Like, testing video games is fun, but like there are certain times where it's a drag. Like there really are. But it's honestly,
see that, but
even the worst game is still pretty entertaining because you can make up dumb stuff.
Like, that sounds so fun to me. My job is so different from being able to, like, run into walls and fall
do you know anybody
off
who
a
does,
cliff.
anybody in that field still? Because my kids are looking for jobs.
Well, Andrew's actually a producer at
Andrew, if you've got any
Midway.
remote
But that's
any
in
remote
Chicago,
work,
but-
my oldest child is looking for some work. So you know,
QA.
if you,
So
if
I
you need
assume-
anybody,
Specialty is genetics and chemistry.
I do still have a bunch of
Good
friends,
at video games.
like a couple of my friends from back in the day were the 2 main producers on Miles Morales. I think Ara and Joe, I think, are the main producers on Miles Morales, for example. I have a bunch of friends that are still in the industry. Like generally, a lot of people, once you're in the industry, you kind of stay, especially move to like a producer sort of role. It's not uncommon. So, how's this one?
you'll have to tell me what you think.
Oh, that's weird. It's
Yeah,
like
thank
sour.
you. No, yes, it's got
This
some.
beer bad? This beer go bad?
It tastes like it could be.
No, it
Did
didn't
you
go
check the date? Okay.
Just trust me.
It's got the first
reason.
the first taste gives you very little bitterness, and then suddenly you get this, like you said,
It's like a
soury,
Like
I don't
an
know, kind of
adjunct or
flavor?
something. It's got to be like an adjunct, right?
and then it just falls off. There's literally just nothing there. And if you're having an IPA, that's the last thing in the world you want. There should be something that lingers
There's
on
like
the
zero
palate.
aftertaste.
That's my point. Like you get the initial burst, the hey, this might what the hell was that? That's literally how the beer happens on my palate. It's very, very
I can't wait to read this can.
wow.
I don't even know how to score this yet. This is weird, man. It's a weird beer.
I'm gonna kill it on aftertaste even more than number 2 because there literally is no aftertaste. This might be the lowest
tried them all?
aftertaste score.
I've had this one before,
Oh, okay.
and I'm not a fan of it.
I mean, I don't.
Just tell me we're not killing somebody we like.
We probably are.
I-
we
you
like
know what?
everyone on there. We
I
were,
can't tell you because it would give it away to Corey, so I am not allowed to.
I gave it an 8 on aftertaste.
damn, that is terrible. Like an 8. I mean, 8's terrible. The beer's not great. I would never get this again if I could avoid it.
And the taste is like a
It's bad. It's like an 18 for me. It's bad.
yeah. I was gonna go 19. Yeah, and it is definitely not a drinkable beer.
Aftertaste has got to be like a 12.
Oh God, this might seriously be one of the worst beers I've ever scored. Oh, please don't be someone I like. I really feel bad.
48.
We like beer
66.
and we like rating beer, but we don't
16,
like crushing people.
34,
But this is my opportunity to remind
48.
folks: not every beer is supposed to be for every
56.
person.
And not every
Right?
beer is good.
Well, I
I
mean,
got
I'm
66.
sorry,
but-
I don't.
But
care.
what you
There-
think is good and what
there
I
is
think
a
is good and what other people think is good.
No, I have a problem with the pages that only give props to beers, but I can't say too much because I just don't post my bad beers.
Most people just
Possible
most
they're
people
gonna
just
do
don't
it
post
too.
their bad beers.
Because you don't want to.
Well, you want the breweries to like you in
God,
case they want to
16,
send you stuff. I only got
35,
66 on
44.
it, so I didn't like murder it, but like I don't think it's good.
I'm gonna double check my score because I think
I
it's
probably should have made it a little lower,
16,
honestly, because drinkability is probably worse. Like overall, the drinkability is probably it's probably lower. I'm gonna drop the drinkability to 16.
16. I did 18.
Drinkability is strictly worse than taste on this. Like it just is. I think
It
I would
is.
literally
I went
never
19,
order that beer.
16, 26, 35.
Oh, I got bad news. That was the Pliny the Younger. We got an early release can.
That can't be right.
You're right. Pliny the Younger's not out yet.
I don't know.
No,
My,
it's not
my math has got to be wrong. 18.
61.
Those are words
Yes,
I've
that
never
seems-
heard coming out of your mouth.
It's not. No, it really.
No,
was
but
weird.
I'm
It's really weird.
going to be
That's
on.
wrong.
I'm going to be honest with you. This beer is worse than a 61.
I gave it a 64, and I think the beer is probably worse now. Like scoring, it's really weird. It's just a weird beer. Maybe there's an adjunct in. Like I hope I hope that it redeems itself with its description on the can, and that
Right.
it actually tastes exactly like
Right,
it's described.
like it's that Dunlow where you're like, this beer should not taste good because it's got smoked lemons and jalapenos
Yeah.
and salt, and you're like, this beer should not taste good.
We don't have a sour of the week. Shit, I'll go pull it out of the fridge in a
I
second.
already did.
Oh, we're good.
We're surprised.
That's why we have producers. That's why we have producers.
So, I mean,
God, I can't believe I'm gonna finish.
it's weird. It's a weird thing with some beers, right? Like there are beers like when you're doing a blind taste test like this, you don't know what to rate things. You're rating everything on a blind level. You don't know what you're expecting to taste. We're just tasting IPAs. So it tastes like beer number 5. It's very, very off.
God, I really want to take points off of this.
It's not a standard beer. It's obviously got something else going on. I hope. Then we'll get the can. The can will be like lemon infused chantilly cream IPA. We'll be like, oh yeah, that was like a lemon infused chantilly cream IPA. That's exactly what it was described as. I didn't like the beer, but it was exactly as described.
This
But
is a beer.
We don't have the description, so we're just judging it as an IPA.
That's true.
I'm just saying, because sometimes our ratings can be unfair in blind taste, and that's all I'm saying. That's
No,
my point. That's my point.
I don't know if I'd call it unfair, but I get what you're saying. But I will say this: that
I think
back,
it's unfair
back
to
during
judge something.
Tavor, this is a pour it out.
It's not good. It's not good. It probably is pour out. So that's fine. All right, let's try this last beer.
I gotta really work on the palate here. All
Okay,
right,
the
number
last
6.
beer's good.
Please redeem me.
Last beer's good. Last beer's good.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah, it's really quite good,
I
actually.
agree. It's gonna have some of my hops, my citras, my Simcoes, which are my favorites. I'm liking
The aftertaste
this
is
beer.
really good.
I like this beer.
It's not piney. It's kind of it's got like a muted sort of not quite fruit, but like it's got the like the kind of a standard. It's very standardish. Like I think it's a good quality sort of normal IPA.
This
without
is
anything
this is a
super
fruity West Coast IPA.
Super
This
weird.
is, I think, a good example of that.
right. It's fruity, but not like I wouldn't call it fruit forward. But I would
No, I
call
agree
that-
with you.
The taste to be sort of fruity. I think
Yes.
that's fair. Oh, my wife is smiling. We are gonna
50.
have a weird.
66,
You wanna try a Pilsner?
74.
Do I want to try a
You have to
Pilsner?
drink water first because
I gave this an
I haven't
83
rated this.
for
Let me
you.
rate it. Hold on,
I
let me
gave
rate
it a 25 on taste, which is good.
I think I like it.
I like the aftertaste of this one better than beer number
We
1.
need to stop finishing the beer so we can go back and taste them against each other. By the way, we just drink too much over here.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it 25.
I
As
gave it the
recall,
same
it's about
score
the
as beer
same.
number 1.
I think it's. I like beer number 3 the best personally.
No, I'm at beer number 4.
Oh yeah, 4 is my favorite. That's true. That's fair.
89.
That's fair. Okay. Let me try this again. Hold on. It's good. No, it's good. This is a good beer.
I agree.
Our Instacart almost got delivered to Aaron's house.
42, 42,
Why?
50, 60.
I mean, I can at least get the other street, which has
I
that.
got 80, I got
the
87. I
exact-
got 87.
80. Oh, okay, cool. Yes.
All right, let's.
And now for the big reveal.
The review. 1,
6,
6.
5.
Liquid gravity.
You're,
Five.
it's the tropical.
Maui motherfucking Wowie,
I'm gonna be
bitches.
honest with you right now. Didn't like
4.
tropical.
Look how
Maui.
well you rated 4. What? I
like
thought for
Pliny.
sure we were gonna jack you and you were gonna rate Pliny bad. That was the goal of this entire tasting experience.
Thing is, you guys always
2
say
was the
it's
trip.
Like a super hyped beer, but you guys both really liked it this
It
time.
is super hyped.
It is super hyped.
Well,
So-
last time we blind tasted Pliny, we knew it was in the mix of double IPA.
That's correct.
Yes.
I wanted to know what Shane would rate Pliny if we taste tested it without him having any idea Pliny was even in the rotation. I wanted to know what he would score it like that. Like I feel like it was a better, sort of a truer representation.
Wow.
It's fresh, right?
Yeah, it's 3 weeks old.
Yeah, it's
Not even 3 weeks old. Two,
Yeah, no,
just
it's,
over 2.
It's not a good
I-
beer.
I love regular Maui. I do not like tropical Maui
No.
at all. I don't.
Okay, so let's talk about today's beers.
All right,
so
we'll start with beer
as you
number
can
1.
see, we've got an excellent looking display here. This is a good distribution of beers here.
Wow. So beer number 1 not only was quasi hazy, right?
Yeah.
It's a double.
It doesn't even say, like,
I
there's no reason I
wouldn't-
could have known it was hazy.
I wouldn't have known it was hazy either, but it's Grimm Light Year from
Grimm is the brewing, probably?
Grimm is the brewing.
Grimm must be the brewing. Light
Where
Year is
at?
the name of the beer. It doesn't say. But again, it's coming down to some of my favorites. Citra, Mosaic, Galaxy, and Columbus hops. 8% alcohol.
I rated this beer fine.
Nothing on the
81. I
can
rated this an
to
81.
identify it. It looks like it was canned about a month ago, which is right near the end of its life. Hi, Sierra.
Seriously, dog, we're on camera.
New York. If it's
okay.
the same, it's Grimm
G-
artisanal.
It's they get New York beer. It's like
GRIMM.
LICs and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
they get it.
Oh yeah, it says brewed in Brooklyn, New York.
Yes.
So this is a good beer. We both pointed out that it was a
I
little
agree.
heavy on the alcohol,
Yes.
which makes sense now that it's a double, I think.
Yes.
I thought it was very good. I gave it an 81. It looks like Shane, you gave it an 83.
I gave it an 83.
Solid beer. Solid
It's
beer.
tied for my second favorite beer of the day.
I don't have any comments on the brewery because I've never been to New
Brooklyn?
York.
You ever been to Brooklyn?
No, I've never been to New
Been
York
in
at
New
all.
York at a
Yeah,
layover?
yeah. I
Then
did a
why are we
layover
not-
once in
then
New
Why are
York.
we not doing a New York trip? That would be
Oh,
hella
we
fun.
only had like I'm in.
Well, because you have to fly and your wife doesn't.
My
fucking
wife flew to
fly.
New York once. You know why we're not going to New York? We're going to blame Nancy. I'm just going to say that right now. We're going to blame Nancy. Nancy Futrell, it's all your fault.
I thought it was going to be Pelosi. I wasn't sure where you were going
No,
with this.
no. So my aunt owned a condo.
I was like, what did Nancy Pelosi do to you,
My
bro?
aunt owned a condo at 72nd and Central Park West.
Is that good? I don't know, man. New York's a fucking weird place to me.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
like you could look out the front window and see all of Central Park.
Okay.
And we could stay there for free.
I blame her too.
And that she doesn't have that anymore?
No, she sold it. Greedy. But we love you, Nancy.
Honestly,
I love Aunt
our
Nancy.
next trip's probably just going to be to San Diego, honestly, because that just makes more
Probably.
sense.
I mean, I'm still hoping for a Hawaii trip. Fingers crossed. But
Callie is hoping for a cruise. I can tell you right now, if I ask Callie, she wants to cruise. So I've never been to Grimm though, so sorry, no extra thoughts. This is the
No.
first Grimm beer I've ever had in my entire life.
I feel like we've had it before.
wow.
I don't think I've ever had Grimm.
Now you know
It's
why I
triple.
like
It's a
that
triple.
one.
It's triple.
Now you know why I like that one.
We killed it because it's a triple.
Well, so strength checked West Coast by Bottle Logic.
Yeah, Bottle Logic makes good beer.
They make good beer.
It's a
I
triple.
agree
You
with you.
guys aren't a fan of triples.
Triples do not taste test well for us unless
No.
it's against other triples.
Other triples. I'm a double fan, not a triple fan, which is kind of why I like the
Now
Pliny.
you know why I loved it.
Which I think is totally
Because I
reasonable.
love the
Right, it's just totally reasonable.
I haven't been to Bottle Logic.
I don't think I have either, actually.
But by the way, I like the
I do
strength
like
check.
the,
You
I
see
do
the
like the art. It's all
20-sided die.
D20s, right?
It's all D20s. Yep.
Strength check. It's like a pun thing. It's good. Solid.
I do. I like the
I don't even know where they're at. They're in Anaheim.
Anaheim. Yes, that's all I know.
How have you not been there? It's literally next to Disney World. Your wife wants to take you there like 6
Because
times a year.
I haven't been to Disneyland in a couple of years. The last time I went, so I will tell you
Have you
right
thought
now.
about stop paying for all these Disneyland trips if you don't want to go? I'm kidding. That's not an option.
I know that works.
I know
that works.
I know.
One of my favorite breweries in Anaheim is Unsung. It's a tiny
I've
little
been there.
place.
I've been there.
But it is superhero themed. They make really good beer.
Just
They're
stop.
in a great, cute little location.
Amber,
It's
you killed the
empty.
triple, right? Yeah. Pour me the Grimm. I'll take
Pour the Grimm. So, and Anaheim Brewing is also there, obviously, right there in Anaheim. So, it's great.
I don't remember. I've been
Beer number
drinking.
three. Beer number three.
Try to spill
Pure
some again.
West, unfiltered, which I didn't note. It didn't appear all that unfiltered.
did not look unfiltered
which
to
is
me at all.
fine.
Pilsner.
Unfiltered
Two
West
Pilsner.
Coast IPA
that humble?
from San Diego. For those who believe that quality ingredients and attention to detail
beer
matter
trade?
from grain to glass. I agree with that. 6.5% alcohol by volume by Pure Brewing. Purebrewing.org.
This is my third favorite beer. Third favorite beer.
I agree with you.
I
It
actually
ranked
have been
very
to
high
Pure.
for me.
I actually have been to Pure, their location, one of their locations in San Diego. It was small. It was right next door to another spot. Yeah,
I think we've been to two of their locations, or is it just one?
we've only been to one Pure.
Oh, okay.
Their smaller location, I can't remember exactly. It's in one of the San Diego neighborhoods, but it's a cute little spot. They make really good hazies typically. That's sort of
I
their.
would believe that.
And it's next to Amplified, which is really
Yes, it's next to Amplified. The Pure spot we were at was next to Amplified in, I can't remember the name of
Never
San
been
Diego.
there.
I've only been there like once, but
Never been there.
they
Oh,
make
turn
good
the
beers.
label.
They actually tend to specialize though, like I said, in hazies just put this back over there. Hazies / murky / foggy, so whatever the brewery you're at, I just want to call them. They make good beer. If you're in the San Diego area, the locals, I was about to call them natives, would say Pure is one of the spots you should go if you're a beer guy. Pure, not as big as like a Modern Times,
Right. Well, Modern Times is huge
but
now. But yeah.
super well regarded in the area. So Pure is a spot. If you do San Diego, which honestly everyone should just
Have you
vacation
done
there.
Green Flash down there too?
I haven't done Green Flag. They sold out there, right? They're an AB InBev.
Oh, are they?
Pretty sure.
That's disappointing.
But no, it's good. Pure is great. So all right, so I gave that an 83 though. It was
I gave
my
that an
third
82.
favorite
It was
beer.
my third favorite beer, but only
Pretty good.
1 point below. So, I mean, I
That's
rated
your
this as a
fourth
very,
favorite
very good
but
beer.
It's fine.
Well, I guess you're right, because it was tied
Yeah,
for
that's
second.
fine.
So fourth, but 1 point
All right,
below.
this
And-
one intrigues me here. This next beer, beer number 4,
which for both of us,
which won by not even by a lot.
by several
Yeah,
points,
a lot.
Pliny the Elder by Russian River. Really quick on the label, I kind of like this. If you must sit on eggs, not on Pliny. I don't get that. But then if you read further, do not save for a rainy day. Pliny is for savoring, not saving. Consume Pliny fresh or not at all. And I agree with that. The fresher you get a Pliny, the better it's going to be. And this one's like a week old.
Okay, so
10 days.
So let's talk about Pliny real quick. So this is the second time that we have blind taste tested Pliny the Elder.
Yes, it is.
I don't know what we scored it the first time because it might have been before it was on the spreadsheet because somebody hasn't gone back to the old episodes yet.
I just said that. I just said that.
I will tell you the truth. I knew Pliny was in this batch because I created this batch.
Right.
I also knew the Altamont was in the batch, but I forgot about the other ones. So I knew it was in the batch, and I really wanted you to not know, just because I was curious what your result was going to be of a beer that I know that we both tend to like, but without knowing the beers. There's a lot of
and
times.
you knew it was in the batch, but you didn't know which number, right? So
Right.
you only knew
I didn't know
what it was.
Right. So a lot of the times when you're blind beer tasting, if you know the beers ahead of time, you try to anticipate them.
Yes.
And you try to rate them certain ways, which
Right.
sometimes backfires.
Like if I had known Maui was in this, I'd be looking for the
taste
tropical
of
Maui,
Maui, yeah.
right?
So Pliny, we both gave it 89. The truth is that this is a fucking great beer.
It is. This is
It's fucking a
the
great beer.
godfather of double IPAs. This beer started the IBU wars. It is Russian River that created the rush to how big and strong can we make a beer?
Andrew,
Flat out.
Andrew, if you have not had Pliny the Elder yet, let us know. We'll make sure to include a Pliny in the next shipment because you
Just to have a plane.
should try it. No jokes, because it's a great beer.
It is.
We'll probably just drive to Santa Rosa to get you one as fresh as possible, but it's a great beer.
Concord that sells it.
Actually, there's a place in Livermore that sells it, and they get it every Thursday.
Great. The point is, Andrew, if you want to do a trade
We will
and
get
you
you.
want us to get
I
you
don't
a
think he's
Pliny in
watching
it 'cause
it
you haven't
anymore,
had it,
but
we'll put it in there for you.
Look, if you like IPAs, you have to try a Pliny because it is the godfather. Vinny, who is the brewer and the owner.
It's a perfect recipe.
I love that his name's Vinny.
His name is Vinny. It's awesome.
It's good beer.
Russian River makes really good beer, but this is what everybody aspires to. And the funny part is,
It's better than
I say I love this beer. Younger is not my favorite. I have better triples. No offense,
That was a total hype.
better triples, but this is a great beer.
It's a great double. It's a great clean double. All right, so let's move on. Oh, sorry. Oh, actually, I can talk about the brewery. So Russian
yes.
River. Sorry. So Russian River does have two locations. One's in Santa Rosa. One's in this area outside Winters, maybe. I think.
Not Winters.
No, some shit outside Santa Rosa.
It's right outside of Santa Rosa.
Whatever.
Winters is outside of Davis.
So their original taproom facility is in downtown Santa Rosa.
Which is great.
It's a beautiful
By the way.
spot. You can go there, you can get a flight of their entire thing. I've never done this, but you can get a flight. There's like 24 beers, I think, right?
no, 48.
48 beers in one flight?
48.
So 48 beers?
It was the length of this table, two-sided.
So you can go there and get that. They apparently make really good wood-fired pizzas.
It was a long day.
We've never done it. Amber wants to do it. The one time we were in the area and we were going to go to Russian River, it was like a 45-minute wait, and we walked down the street to some
You
shitty
have
pizza
to get there
joint.
an
So,
hour
yeah.
before they open to wait in line.
Yeah.
And that was before all this nonsense.
However, they have a new facility where they just moved all their production. It's freaking huge.
I don't remember the name of that.
It is
Anyway.
big. They have a tap room there. They also have a full restaurant there.
Windsor.
I was fucking
Says it
close.
on the label.
I was
you
close.
You were. But it says it on the label, so that's what labels are.
Windsor. So that's a beautiful location. They do tours of the brewery.
They
have
do,
a
yes.
solid swag store. You can pick up Blind Pig, Happy Hops, Pliny the Elder, all those in bottles. What was that? Yeah, I'll pick up all those in bottles. It's a really, really nice spot if you're in the Santa Rosa area.
I agree.
I recommend stopping. I would not expect to drink there a whole lot, but I'd expect you to grab some to-goes.
I'm wondering,
Unless the tap room is open, the restaurant's a long wait.
But we were
Well,
there.
I don't know what they did outside. I don't know.
But we were there literally after, like, within months of that place opening. So it was like super, super hype.
We've been there. We've gone there a couple. Amber and I have been there 3 times. We've never eaten.
Really?
Yeah, 3
Wow.
times. One time the tap room, just the bar was open. We got a couple samples and then picked up some beer on the other
Like
side.
last time we were there, we couldn't even get into the tasting room. Like, I just want to do a tasting.
The tasting room is closed like half the time. We like
I
every
know.
time we go.
On a weekend, which makes no sense to me.
Go to the right,
Yeah, that's the tasting room.
small tasting room,
Right.
Right.
and you can get
But that's been closed 2 of the 3 times
Yeah.
we've been there.
Just about every time
Actually,
I go.
both times we went with this guy.
Yes. Both times I've gone, I'm like, I don't want to eat. I just want to come in and have a beer. But anyway, love Russian River. Love this place. They make good beer. They do make Blind Pig, which is also a solid IPA.
Happy Hops is great too.
Happy Hops is a solid IPA too. They just make good beer.
They make good beer. It's totally fair. I think Santa Rosa. Look, if you're in the Bay Area and you're doing a little beer trip, Santa Rosa should be on your list of spots to
It's
beer
a
trip.
must.
It's
a
got
must.
Hen House. It's got It's got a Russian River. It's got a few other ones.
Bear
that are
Republic.
great. Bear Republic's
Which
in
is,
the area.
again, I mean, we're going back to your old schools.
Their restaurant I've been to. It's good.
It was good.
It might have closed
I agree.
the one in
I agree.
Sebastopol.
Let's hope.
Whatever.
I'm not gonna win.
Okay, great. Let's move on. We're moving it on. Shane, why don't you tell us about Altamont Brew Works? You're literally a member there.
I just want to be very clear. I love these guys. And I love this brewery. And I love this beer when it's not the tropical. Maui Wowie is my go-to. I go.
I'm killing this Grimm.
The Maui 3X is great, and the Maui Double is also great. I just don't like the tropical. I don't know. It comes off offensive.
The beer
But
wasn't good.
I love these
think I
guys.
might have more in my
I love
cave.
these guys.
I might
But
have
anyway,
more
it
original.
says an even more tropical approach to our classic Maui Wowie, a mosaic Citra IPA infused with post-fermentation with natural tropical fruits. Not a fan. I haven't ever been a fan. If it's on tap and Maui's on tap, I'm getting Maui.
I think
if
Maui's
this
better.
is on
Maui's
tap
clearly a better beer. I think
and
that's true.
regular Maui's not on tap, then I'm getting something else. And it's, it's. But I love those guys. They make good beer. They make a ton of great IPAs.
So, I'll say, so generally speaking, when we rate Altamont beers, I'm not sure that we've had a lot of Altamont beer win blind taste. I want to say
Last
they
week.
won last
The
week in a
collab.
collab.
Yeah.
I'm not sure any of these straight Altamonts have won one, though. They've
No.
won a couple collabs, though.
Yes.
Generally speaking, they make good beer. It's usually very hoppy.
Yes.
This
They're all
one's
about the
just-
hops.
We're just not vibing this one. Like me, Shane, Cali Beer Girl, none of us are vibing this beer.
Altamont is more dainty.
They
Yeah,
love
that's
the
fair.
dank.
Yeah.
That's
Look,
fair.
their fermenters are all named after pot people. You've got Cheech and Chong as fermenters. Most of their beers are actually named after Maui Wowie, for example, is a variety of pot. So they love danky. And I'm more of a fan of the fruity, which is why I think Maui is great, because I get some of that pineapple residuals. I get a different flavor. Shotaway is actually a very good, solid West Coast IPA. Shotaway. So you want to know a fun story?
You want to pour this out real quick?
You want to know a fun story? I'm going to give you a fun story. Shotaway didn't used to be called Shotaway. Shotaway used to be called Shelter Me IPA. But they got a letter from somebody, a big brewer. There was a cease and desist letter because they made a beer called Shelter. So they had to change the name of the beer. The funny part is it was named Shelter Me because of the video of the Rolling Stones concert, which was called Shelter Me, which was done at Altamont Racetrack, which is a stone's throw from where the brewery is. So I love those guys. They make good beer. If you like danky beer, you're going to love their beer. But I'll be honest with you, one of the best beers they make is their darks. Their peanut butter stout is amazing. It's a great beer.
It's literally like the fourth best peanut butter stout I've had.
Out of how many?
Like 7 or 10.
Oh,
or
come on.
something, but
Okay, that's top. I think their peanut butter stout is one of the top 3 or 4 that I've had
It's
as well.
definitely worse than Belching Beavers.
Oh, no.
Tops
Belching- no.
Everybody, especially
Belching
on
Beaver.
night
Belching Beaver is the Pliny of peanut butter
times.
stouts.
And then the
Period.
latte,
End of
the
story.
peanut butter latte.
I haven't had that
oh
one.
My
Oh,
God.
I gotta try that one. I gotta try
It's
that one. So,
amazing. It's a blonde one.
and so number 6.
So this brewery, so Altamont, you guys have
real
heard
quick.
you guys have heard the Altamont Brewery spiel before. It's
Yep,
located in Livermore, California. It's Vasco. It's near the Livermore lab where all the nuclear weapons are. So it's gonna be one of the few breweries killed immediately during a nuclear strike.
Probably.
Also, us will be killed pretty quickly.
Probably.
Nuclear-like strike. So if there's a nuclear strike, don't expect any beer strainings, guys.
No,
Beersplainings.
there won't be any Beersplainings.
It's a nice spot, though. It used to be super small, like smaller than the Beersplaining headquarters, like
Pretty
recording
much,
area.
yes.
It's much bigger now. It's more like the entire Beersplaining house.
Fun side note, I studied for the bar
True.
at their brewery before they expanded. They had a little barrel. There are pictures of me with my law book and my laptop studying.
It's called IPA.
Yeah, just called
Personally,
West Coast.
liked them more when they were smaller.
I've been
Like,
twice as
just
bigger.
going to
I
the
can't
brewery
disagree
itself.
with you. You know,
It's not as personable now.
it's
my battery.
it's very it's a very big space, so they don't do a good job of traffic control, and I'll agree with you on that.
That's fair.
Because
they're friendly.
It's
They're
huge
really nice
now.
people.
But they're all really good people. All the servers are really good people, and to their credit too, when I go and pick up 4-packs,
They're just busier.
they've kept almost all of their people. So they've really worked hard during all of this to try to do the right thing. And every time I go, I'm talking about when you guys open. He's like, we're not doing this shit half-assed. Like, we're gonna do this the right way. We're not gonna open because we can open. We want to open because it's the right and safe thing to do. So kudos to them for that.
You know what I do like there a lot? Actually, you mentioned their dark beers. I like their Oktoberfest a lot. Personally.
It didn't win, but it definitely
I
did
think
really
they're the
well
good
in our
Oktoberfest.
scoring.
Like,
Yeah,
I've been there for the draft. I think that's a good, the basic Mario, I think it's a good beer too. So, all right, let's move on past all.
and
Let's
they've
have a
just
Glasper.
and really quick, they also do a really good job because they've got at least 2 different Pink Boots
running
brews.
along, so.
They've got a female brewer who does a great job making beers, and love her to death too. She makes really
She
good
made
beers.
that pink, the pony one.
She-
That
that's
one
right.
was very good.
She does. She makes My
Pony
Little
one was
Pony.
very good.
So anyway, beer number 6,
Liquid
Liquid
Gravity.
Gravity Brewing, IPA. It's a very simple name, IPA. Be bold,
fucking
take
pour this thing
risks,
'cause I'm
never
an
look
alcoholic.
back, Corey. Classic and iconic, West Coast IPA have ruled the craft beer landscape for decades. Our take on the style explodes with a bouquet. It says explodes with a bouquet of citrus and tropical fruit from a heavy dose of Mosaic and Sentinel hops. A dry, crisp finish keeps the beer refreshing with a soft bitterness that never weighs heavy on the palate.
Okay, so we both rated this second.
7%.
On our lists. I don't have a lot to say about this brewery. Here's the reality. Last week, we were half a mile from this brewery,
Yes.
but they're not open on Mondays
No.
or Tuesdays,
Yeah.
and we were there on a Tuesday,
Yeah.
so we didn't go.
No. We wanted to go.
That's it. That's my whole
was the
story on
thing.
Liquid Gravity. That's it.
We
I wanted
really
to go,
wanted
and
to
they
go.
weren't open.
No. Because where they
I
located,
got-
Corey?
San Luis Obispo,
That's correct.
literally right next to SLO Brew Rock.
San Luis
It's
Obispo.
half a mile from SLO Brew Rock.
We wanted to go really bad.
We skipped them and went to Oak and Otter instead because they weren't open.
And good for Oak and Otter because I actually
That's
enjoyed
reality.
the beers.
Peanut
but-
butter was good there.
It was
the
good.
peanut butter
It
was good there
wasn't
too.
as good as I wanted it to be though.
So
No.
we actually did the entire Morway trip report during last week's SLO Cali Squeeze tasting, which is
did.
nice. So this beer, I rated it second. It was very close to
This
Piney for me.
was to me this
same as
tied
one.
for second
Yeah.
with beer number 1
Yeah,
here.
I liked it.
And
I gave it
again,
an 87.
Only a point below this one.
I really enjoyed this beer.
agree.
I'm not sure I've had a lot of Liquid Gravity before. Definitely, if we went to SLO, we'd probably go there again.
Yes.
It was just a timing issue. We decided to go to SLO the
San Luis
first
Obispo.
day on, I want to say, Tuesday was the
Yes.
day we went without the kids. And we went back on Wednesday with the kids and hit up Solvang. And on the Solvang day, we just didn't have the time to sort of brewery hop.
Nope.
So it wouldn't surprise me if the 4 of us went back to the Central Coast.
I
thought it
would
was
do that
nice.
again. We loved Morro Bay. If you've never been to Morro Bay, you got to go to Morro Bay.
Honestly, if we go back, the kids will have a good time because that last day we took them out there with the boards and they had a good time. So
I'm going to get surfing lessons.
well, I'm saying,
Is
if
that terrible?
I think if we went back, I feel like we could get them out there earlier with like the boards.
You're right.
and
I
get
can't
them
stand on
the
skateboard. It's
actual
probably
water.
not the best thing in the world.
That's fine. You can swim, right?
I can swim.
Fucking whatever.
That's
it's
true.
fine. So you're not going to ride the longest
I mean,
way.
in the end, if I fall off the skateboard, I hit my head on the pavement. If you fall off the surfboard, you hit the head in the water. So, you know.
Or the sand or rocks or
Everything else.
Wow.
Maybe you
Somebody's
should
got, like,
surf in
pessimistic
better spots.
view.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
geez, man.
Whatever. We'll go back. That's the point. Is we'll go back. All right. So that's going to do it for today's blind taste test of IPAs. Shane's going to pour himself some more of this Piney Elder. I think,
Damn right I
because
am.
He scored the best, and I'm drinking the Maui Wowie, and I already drank the Grimm. So Shane, why don't you pour
drink
yourself
the
some
Maui
more of
Wowie?
this? Yeah, I just went ahead and took that shot for us.
You're nice.
Those of you who have been joining us for the last 3 weeks know that we like to do a new little something called the Sour of the Week.
Sour of the week.
Normally, I pick the
We
sour
need the sign.
and I pour it. We forgot today, so consequently, Callie Beer Girl has picked our sour today. So Shane and I do not know what to expect. Judging from both the look of the sour and the look on Callie
Wow.
Beer Girl's face,
Wow.
this is
Somebody
going to be
made
an
a whole box.
experience.
I need some water. I need some water.
Going to be an experience right here, folks.
I'm not telling you where it's from. I'm not telling you what it is.
We need to do like sour of the
Oh boy.
week.
Oh boy. All right, guys, sour of the week. Check it out. Check out the color. This is a beautiful color. It looks like piss.
Listener. Looks
Oh, my bad. I wasn't supposed to say that. No, it's really light. It kind of looks like a cider, not like a cider.
I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah, if I'm rating this color, it's not getting a very
I like
good
a
score.
darker color. Like maybe you drink less water. Why do we let me keep going after I drink a bunch?
I don't even know.
Let's try. Look, no, seriously.
Oh, actually,
It looks good.
The aroma
Honestly-
smells
honestly-
very good.
Can you guess the fruit?
Honestly, so here's the truth. From a straight sour perspective, this is a nice color. It's not going to be a kettle
is?
sour. It's going to be more of a true sour. Not
you're
a
getting
kettle
a true
sour.
Belgian sour.
A
I
kettle
get you
sour
now.
is usually going to be much darker in
right.
color. And much more.
It's a true Belgian
just
sour.
much darker.
That's
this
a
should be
fair
a
point.
true sour, like a wild ale sort of
Wait,
sour.
you smell it.
I haven't smelled it yet.
No, you're 100% going to
Yeah,
get
this is going to be a wild ale sort of sour, like a true sour.
Whew. I'm a little worried about this, but
I don't know about the fruit. I can't get a specific
I
fruit.
can't get the fruit in the aroma.
And I knew what it was, and I didn't get the fruit.
Well,
I'm trying. Maybe if I snort some.
yeah, I'm worried we're gonna hear like a Darth Vader thing
try
on
it.
the video here. Where it's like,
Okay, so I have some thoughts. I have some thoughts. I have some thoughts here. So I don't think it's that sour. I think this is
I'm
very,
agreeing with you.
very drinkable.
I'm agreeing with you as well.
I also think it has an aftertaste of salt,
I agree with that a little.
Hold on.
almost like a margarita.
Okay, no, as soon as you said margarita, I am with you. Yes. I mean,
this-
it's a little more tart than a
But
margarita.
it's like a margarita.
I agree with you.
This is
Yes.
really drinkable.
I would agree with that. It is very drinkable. As a sour, it's not. When I saw Cali Bugle's face, I'm like, we're gonna pucker up like we just ate a box
I
of Sour
like
Patch Kids all in one bite.
I like sweeter sour.
I think the salt at the end actually sort of brings
I
it down.
agree.
It starts very
I
sour,
agree.
and then you get a salty sort of flow at
but
the
I
end.
also,
and
but
it
I,
sort of,
but I don't
I think it's good.
Can't pinpoint the fruit, right?
But I don't think the fruit is lime. I don't know what the fruit is. I would say that.
All right, so look, we probably have a 16-ounce can of this, and
You'll finish it.
we're not going to pour that can out.
I agree with him, 100%.
At the very least, I'll drink the rest. More than likely, Shane and I will just share the rest. I think
agree
it's
with that
pretty
too.
drinkable. It's refreshing. I think it's refreshing. I think it's light.
I am not a huge fan of the wild Belgian sours,
Well, I got a lot of sours that I think are fucking terrible, and I don't know why people would drink them.
but I will drink this. I would drink this. So,
Do you want to know what it is?
yes.
Look, hold on. Before you bring it out, on a scale of on Untapped, I would rate this a 3.75.
I would gun for.
I think it's very good.
I agree.
I think it's very good.
Very good.
Show us what you got. Okay, we've got one. Well, Dunlow.
Oh, Dunlow.
So we're gonna run out of Dunlow sours eventually. Dunlow, bro. Thank you for hooking up with some sours. Like we're gonna run out eventually. I'm just saying we got to make our way to Davis.
Seriously?
Hit us up when you guys are open. Dunlow Brewing. This is one big barbecue. It is a grilled peach sour. So I'm pretty sure at this point that the Dunlow guys are just like, what fruit can we throw in our Weber?
Pretty much it. Yeah.
that we can then throw into a beer.
Yep.
And let's try it out because that was what they did for their grilled limes.
Yeah.
And it works.
Look, I'm gonna say this right now.
These dudes can brew, man. Serious, for reals.
No. The flat out for their little facility.
I'm not sure it's
and
peach,
they, and you know, speaking from the old guy's perspective, for a youngish brewer, he really gets balancing flavors. Like I said, the whole point of their grilled lime, salt, cucumber. I don't even remember what the hell was in that thing.
Damn, that beer was good though. I
It was-
wish I had a
it was-
4-pack of it.
I
wish I had a 4-pack
I
of
would
that
drink
beer.
it right now. It was.
It's so good.
The guy gets. It is a chef's job to take flavors to try to combine them and balance them in a way that when you present it, none of them get in each other's way. They seriously just build upon each other to get to a finish. That's what this guy does.
No, this
That
guy's
is
a,
just
this
what
guy's a
guy
fucking
does.
artist, man. Seriously,
Seriously.
legit. The
Wow.
people at Dunlow are artists on their fucking sours, man.
Yeah, and
like,
as soon as we can get in there, I can't wait.
like they're putting in like layers of flavor that sort of like
100%.
enhance the entirety of the beer. Like it's a grilled peach sour. Look, I'll be honest, I don't taste a lot of peach. I guess I don't,
I don't
like
get the peach either
I
because
don't-
I actually like grilled peaches. It's one of my favorite desserts.
I actually
You
don't
grill
like peaches.
You almost get a grill flavor.
I think you do get a little bit of grilly flavor, and I think I do feel like there's a salty flavor at the end, like a margarita. Like it's almost reminds me of like a
But
light
that's a
peach
good
margarita.
sour, though.
No,
That's
it's
a
great.
good sour should have a little bit of a salty.
We gotta go
lightish-
back to
at least
Davis.
to me.
Man. The people, yo, the dudes at Dunlow, seriously, for reals. If you go to Davis, this dude can brew, man. I'm not even kidding you. Like, he can brew. And we met him. He was cool, and his dogs were dope.
Until they tried to take my knees out. I mean, you know.
Maybe you should have thrown the goddamn toy, Shane.
Maybe I should have thrown the toy. I no, seriously. I
Also, dope little can art. Got a fucking devil straight grilling up some peaches and shit.
can't remember a time where we've had a brewery, and we've visited a couple, one or two.
We visited a few. We've been a couple.
Where they can take things and you literally go, like, you're going to look at this can and go,
What am I tasting? Yeah.
why would I want to taste
Right, this could have been bad. It could have been terrible.
And then you're like, no, seriously.
No, it's good.
Artist is the exact
No, he
word.
works
Artist
it.
is the
He-
word, yes.
The flavors are great. Like, honestly, seriously, shout out to Dunlow Brewing. Like,
100%.
they're probably making my favorite sours right now. Not my favorite kettle sours because we haven't had any kettle sours, but my favorite of the sours.
The Belgian, true Belgian wild sours.
You know, the
I
kettle
agree with
sours is a different jam because they're much sweeter.
Yep.
They're obviously very different. That usually goes to Fieldwork or Burning
This
Barrel
is-
for me personally.
I can't remember the last
speaking
time
of
I
Burning
took a
Barrel.
whole sour and drank it.
Oh my! Speaking of Burning Barrel, we picked up their mystery sour, a 4-pack of it. The mystery kettle sour.
Okay, kettle.
Yeah, mystery kettle sour is
You used
really
me up there with the kettle. but
really
yeah,
interesting. So, all right, so that's Dunlow Brewing for our sour of the week. I want to say for next week we're not doing a Dunlow Brewing for sour of the week
That seems fair.
because we've done them like 3 or 4 in a row. But that's because our boys at Dunlow hooked us up with some sours. So I will warn you though that even though they did actually hook us up with these, if we hated them, we would tell you.
We would.
I
We had no
promise.
idea what it was.
We
And that's the point. We have no idea.
We try to keep it real here on Beersplaining.
I bashed my favorite brewery. Literally the brewery I would go to after work on a regular basis. They got my worst score.
I can attest to that.
We're
He's literally a club member there.
I am a club member there, which is nice.
No, you get like 20 ounces. I get 16. It's great.
Right. For the same price.
I know.
And then I get all sorts of fun events. But we're 100% honest about what we like and what we don't like. And that's, sometimes that hurts and sometimes it's great. These guys, I'm still trying to find a beer. Think about a beer from these guys.
I
That
haven't
we're
had a
like,
beer we didn't like.
I can't drink that.
No, it's all been really good. Their sours have been like a real standout. I think the sours have been a real standout.
I agree.
So
I agree.
I think that's probably it for today.
Thank you for joining us. We will avoid the political talk
I have
just
to eat some
because
food because
food
I've
would be
been
good.
drinking.
Yeah, food would be good. But we thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us. Be sure to like and share the page if you could. Maybe subscribe to our YouTube channel. We could always use some more
Share with your
subscriptions there.
friends.
Hopefully you guys have a good time tasting some beers with us, and you appreciate the insight.
And if
or
not,
the
just thank you for
drunken
hanging out with
commentary.
us. I mean, shit's kind of crazy right now, and we just appreciate everybody. Everybody needs a little distraction, and this is ours, and we hope it helps you get through whatever the fuck is going on.
And hey, honestly, if blind beer tasting sounds like a thing that you want to do with one of your friends during COVID, hey, I would encourage you to start your own too.
I agree. It's a lot of fun.
The truth is, like, blind beer tasting is fun, but the real benefit for myself, and I think likely my wife, producer Callie Beer Girl, has been that every weekend for 30 weeks in a row now, we've been able to hang out with our friends and have some beers and then play some cards and just sort of like engage with other people. Because I know that in this time of COVID, you really have to pick and choose. You don't want to go out with random people. You want to know that the people that you're hanging out with are also taking similar precautions, that they're the kind of people that wear masks on a regular basis, or that don't go to birthday parties with 35 people inside breweries and no masks.
Baby showers.
Baby showers. You want to know that the people you're hanging out with are the people who kind of do that. It turns out Shane and I are the kind of people who do go to baby showers like that, but luckily the wives are not. They ran the hell out the building. Baby showers.
Baby showers. Yeah.
My point is, though, it's COVID. So, find your friends, hang out with them, create your pods, and have a good time with it.
And seriously,
Wear a mask.
It is so easy to get super depressed and super, out of touch during this time, I think. And it's really important to, connect with some people.
I agree. It's a
and,
tough time. Shit's weird. Politics and everything else aside, if we're not taking care of each other, if I'm not taking care of you and I'm only taking care of me, then my job is to fuck you over. And that's just not cool. That's just not cool. We should all be trying to take care of each other. And I'm not talking about, money and welfare and anything else. We'd just be thinking about each other, worried about each other, and realizing tomorrow isn't promised to us, but we can help each other get a better tomorrow just by respecting and appreciating each other. That's all.
Wear a mask.
Wear a mask.
Man. When you go out, just wear a mask. If everyone would just wear a mask, we'd be done with this thing in done is, But we'd be in much better shape in a couple months than we are
wouldn't
now.
be back in purple.
It's going to be
Like
a
the
hard
entire
time.
state.
Look,
yeah.
the truth is we're with this through at least January at this point, because even if the vaccine comes, they can't get 300 million doses this quickly, not in the
Well,
stores
not
they
only
need
that,
to do.
is you have to worry about how it's going to affect each person.
Yeah, no,
that
it's-
takes it, and they're not going to know that till they.
We got a few more months of this, and as
It's
someone who
likely April, May, I think,
usually
is
has
best bet.
20 to 30 people for Thanksgiving and 20 to 30 people for Christmas Eve, we're not going to do that because while we love those people, we're not doing it because we love those people.
Yep.
We don't want to risk those people.
Absolutely.
And you can say whatever you want, do whatever you want, talk about infringement on your rights or anything else. We love those people. And as much as I would love to have 25, 30 people over for Thanksgiving dinner and just going and cooking like crazy all day long, which is something I love to do, I'd rather see them next Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's true. Shane put it all down right there. Look, you're making these choices not only for you, but for the people you love. And the truth is, next year, we're going to be cool. Everyone's going to be all right, and we're going to be able to throw fucking giant parties.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have a shit ton of people on
yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
Shit, who knows? Next year we might do a double Thanksgiving, half of it at Shane's house, half of it at our house. I don't know, man.
I'm going to do it at the park with like
might
50,
migrate
60
and shit.
people.
I don't know.
Exactly right.
Point is, though, that just keep that in mind, all right? It's not just about you. It's about the people you love. It's about the people you don't even know, all right? So wear a mask, be safe, and everyone have a great time. We'll see you guys next week.
Cheers.
Yeah, push the button. There you go. Thanks.